I'm sick of saying see you soon.
Okay, sorry about that. I was trying to fix my pretzel rocks by turning off the pop out, and then it turned the music off. So, hello, people. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. So, I've been kind of scrambling because I didn't realize until I actually started the stream that the Stream Deck update, that's the little bank of buttons that lets me do like shortcuts and things like that. There was an update for it today, and it apparently uninstalled my Stream Labs desktop plugin, which is what controls like I, you know, what lets me set all of the controls for the stream. And so I was like, I ended up like, I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. It was saying it didn't even know what plugin to use. And I was like, all right, there's a plugin missing. And so that's what I've been doing since the stream started up until I accidentally turned off my music. I did figure it out and I did get it fixed. So yeah. So anyway, technology, y'all. Okay, hello, Sophia, and hello, Anita. Good to see you. Good to see you. Today's Squirtle is kicking my non-English native's ass. I'm sorry. I don't play Squirtle. So, I'm assuming it's somewhat like Wordle, but yeah, I don't really play that. So I found that once Wordle became really popular, there were so many that were popping up that I was wasting a fuck ton of time doing that. So
Somnio Games just raided with 1 viewers. Welcome, Raiders.
welcome in. Hello. Thank you so much for the raid, Somnio Games. Very nice to meet you. We just got started. I literally was just explaining the like struggles I just was having with technology. So welcome in. Glad you could join us. Thank you so much for sharing your community with us. My name's Vanessa. I'm a writer. I write primarily urban fantasy, often with horrific elements, and I write other things as well. But that's primarily what I write. And I run the Writers Troop, which is a writerly support and education group um, on Facebook, Discord, and obviously here on Twitch. So please feel free to tell us anything about yourself that you'd like, but you don't have to either. And I know after streaming, I approve of education. I also approve of education. I also know after streaming, it can be, you got to go reset or whatever. So if you have to take off, that's totally cool too. What we do here is we do writing sprints, but you don't have to use them for writing. You can use them for anything that you need to get done, or you can just use them, if you want to play a game and just like hang out with people. So we do 20-minute sprints. We have a 5 to 10 minute break every couple sprints until I lose track of when we had a break, and then they just come randomly. Um, so yeah, so very nice to meet you. Somebody says, I just finished writing a YouTube script, so I'm taking a break before streaming again and writing my book. Tell us more about your book, friend. I'm actually super excited because this is the first stream in ages. Well, okay, I did do some writing a couple weeks ago on stream, but I help run several conventions, particularly writers tracks and things like that. Um, but I've had a lot of deadlines for two different conventions happening kind of at the same time. So I've been like a little frazzled. So I've mostly been working on that the last week or two. And so today is the first day that I'll actually be able to get back to my new book that I'm going to be starting very soon. I'm working on plotting and things like that. But it's not a book that I was in any way like, it's not related to any book that I'm supposed to write this year. at all, but it's got my attention and it's got my passion, and I haven't felt this excited about writing in a long time. So I'm just going to go with it and see what happens. So today I actually get back to plotting. And those of you who have been around know that this actually started out as a short story idea for an anthology. And I had to pause it because it was way too long and involved for a short story. And so I had to then develop an entirely different short story for that anthology call. And I ended up deciding to do a story related to this project that I was so excited about. So, yeah, so now I'm finally able to get back to the actual project. So I'm gonna be working on that today, y'all. Um, Somnio Game says it's a series of 7 novellas about a fantasy world undergoing a rapid industrial revolution. Okay, that's cool. That's awesome. I love that. I love that. Well, feel free to take a break or do whatever you need to do. If you'd like to come back and write with us, that's okay. But I know you said you're going to go stream some more while you do your own writing, and that is also absolutely cool. So I'm going to go ahead. Let me give you a little shout out, which I always forget to do. So I apologize in advance for not, or I apologize in, not in advance, in behind. I don't know. I apologize for not doing that earlier. I always forget. So I'm going to give you a little followy follow. There we go. All right. So, yes, give Somnio Games a little follow, y'all. So, all right, and welcome in, Jay. Glad you could join us today, friend. Sophia says, okay, enough word games, editing time. Okay, so I guess you're working on editing today, Sophia. Somnio says, thank you kindly. I need to figure out those functions myself. I'm still a touch new to the Twitch things. I have been there. Oh, thank you.
Somnio Games just followed. Yay.
Yay! Thank you for the follow. I understand being new to the Twitch things. I've been doing Twitch for a couple of years, but I am not fancy like most of the other people. Like, I'm just really not. Aw. I didn't know there were sounds that went with the contributions. Ooh, it's Anita's birthday. Happy birthday, Anita. Yay! Celebrate, celebrate. Oh, wait, hang on. I have sounds. Wait a second. Wait, where are my sounds? Hang on. I lost my sounds, y'all. Oh, there they are. Okay, hang on. All right. It's Anita's birthday. And then I hope you get lots of sales on your birthday, friend. And then this is Anita writing. All right. Okay, happy birthday, Anita. I hope you have a wonderful, lovely day. Let's see. Uh, I know. I just said that I don't do the fancy shit, and then I just did a bunch of fancy shit. I'm sorry. It seems fancier than it actually is. I just downloaded some sounds. That's it. All right. Sophia says, yes, she will be editing at least part of chapter 19, but it's so long I won't beat myself up if I don't get the entire chapter edited. Exactly. Exactly. And a bunch of happy birthday wishes. Welcome in, Danielle. And also, thank you for the contribution to the 6-hour stream. We are running a community challenge where you can spend your plot bunnies, which you accumulate as you hang out in the stream. You can use those to contribute towards incentivizing me to do a 6-hour stream. I don't actually get anything from it. Like, you're not like giving me money or anything like that. But, you know, it's a fun little thing for all of us to work toward. We are, how far along are we? We are 45% of the way with about a week left, so I'm probably going to have to extend it, but that's okay. We knew that already. Let's see. Jay is working on the alt history novel, doing more research than I ever did in college. That is the truth. That is the truth, my friend. As a writer, we do way more research than we've ever done in our lives prior to this. Anita ate cake for her birthday. I think that, and especially since it's only like 1 o'clock Anita's time, 1 p.m. Anita's time, I think that's excellent. I'm so glad I'm so glad you ate cake already. Her chocolate butt cake with peppermint glaze turned out delicious. Let me check flights to Nova Scotia because I feel like I need this in my life. I'm actually going to be making a nectarine crumble. Um, so I don't know how that's going to be, but we got a big bag of nectarines from Misfit Marketplace. And it's more than we can eat before they can go bad. They're in the fridge right now. I mean, yeah, it's more than we can eat without them going bad. So I looked up, and the original recipe is actually peach and nectarine, but I want to use a lot of nectarines. Um, so yeah, chocolate with peppermint. That's funny. Chocolate with peppermint. All right. Okay, so what's everybody else working on? So we know Anita's working on cake, which is always a very, very valid and noble thing to work on. What else are you working on? I know, I think you probably said earlier, but I forgot. Um, and Jay's working on alt history, and Sophia's working on chapter 19, I think she said. And then Danielle, what are you working on? Are you working on your novella that grew into a novel? Is that what you're working on? So I'm going to be working, like I said, I'm going to be working on Witch Marks, which is the novel, the short story that grew into a novel. I haven't actually written anything on the actual novel. I'm still working on plotting. Like I've got the general like bones of the plot, but I need to work on like what each scene needs to do, because I find that when I do this kind of pre-writing, the actual writing goes incredibly fast. So so yeah. So I'm going to work on that probably for the next week or two, maybe a little longer because I've got a convention next weekend that's going to take up like several days. So so maybe 3 weeks, maybe end of the month. Um so hoping to get all that pre-writing done by the end of the month, and then draft the novel through August and September. Um Anita says that seems to be a trend. My Air Pirate short story is not now a novella, at least. See, the pirates want longer stories because that's a big part of what's in this novel um is a pirate. It's not really a pirate curse, but for shorthand we can use that. It's not actually a pirate curse. It's actually a spell that was corrupted basically by the patriarchy and capitalism, but in the story it's not quite that obvious. So but yeah, it's a piece of magic got corrupted, so it's not really a pirate's curse. It's a piece of magic that got corrupted. And so yeah, you guys gave me too many ideas during the brainstorming session. It was awesome. I love our brainstorming sessions because they are just so fun. Maybe we'll do part of the 6 hour stream will be like a brainstorming session. So maybe I'll invite people in to people who also stream to stream with me for a little while during that. So I think that would be fun. I've never done that before, which means I'm going to have to set up a whole different overlay to have more than one person hanging out. So so yeah, yeah. Jay is like, yes, let's do the brainstorming. Let's do it all the time. Yes, I am down. I am down. I am down for it. All right. Is that everybody checking in? Anybody else? I'm kind of tired though. I haven't been getting enough sleep, which is bad because I have a convention next week, so I cannot be getting sick. Um, yeah. So, and I think even though it's just July, I think there's something going on. My August allergies seem to be coming a little sooner. I usually, starting in the autumn, usually a few weeks before actual fall. So usually in August, I start getting all that stuff. So, but it seems to be starting a little earlier because I'm a little nose runny and sniffly and drainage. So, I mean, you're welcome, y'all. We have no secrets between us. Okay, Danielle says, I'm grading a lovely assignment. Students have to do an interpretive piece of one of any of our readings from World Lit 1, Ancient Writings. One student drew a moving picture of the Good Samaritan story. Oh, scrolled. Another read from Hymn of Inanna. Another wrote a poem in the style of Sappho. Okay, that is awesome. I have them tell all their process to help not have AI generated shit. That's smart. And this semester is very obvious they are doing their own work. I love that. I love that. I really like that. I really like that you're having them do an interpretive piece. Like that is so good for people's creativity. You know, it's like you don't need them to regurgitate facts and observations about the art. They can show that they understand the art by creating their own art, which I think is just, oh God, that's the way to go, man. That is the way to go. All right, enough of me gushing about that. But yay, I'm so glad that you're enjoying grading this assignment. That is, I think it's a fabulous assignment. I wish they'd have had more things like that when I was young, or when we were young, I should say, Danielle. So, because we're pretty close to the same age. You're a little older than me, but not much. So, they do have to do that regurgitation and facts too, but always with insights as well. Yeah, like I mean, but you can totally see if somebody understands something by how they then take that knowledge and create something else out of it. I think that that's just, oh, that's so smart and just so good for students because it not only makes them have to understand the whatever, but it also feeds their creative soul, which honestly, and you know, this should not be surprising with me as a writer, but I honestly think the creativity is what makes our humanity, right? I mean, it's not all that makes our humanity, but it's a huge part of what makes our humanity. And people who don't and when I say appreciate art, I don't necessarily mean, you know, standing in an art gallery and, you know, whatever, or liking every single type of art. That's not what I'm talking about. But people who dismiss art as frivolous or extraneous or unnecessary don't understand what being human is. So, all right. Anyway, so yeah, that's me waxing a little philosophical right then. I have opinions, y'all. Y'all know that. Um, yes, creativity makes our humanity. Yes, that is, I mean, that is a huge part of what makes us human. Jay says, have encountered plenty of these people. Oh, yes, we all have. I mean, capitalism encourages the dismissal of humanity. So, and that's not to say capitalism is bad on its face, just like there are very few economic systems and very few political systems that are on their face, bad. But there are a lot of systems that need guidance. And capitalism is one of the worst because when capitalism is unfettered, when it has no restrictions, it always sacrifices humans for profit. Period. Like that is the end result of unfettered capitalism. Like there's no way to avoid that because you cannot trust the people who are making the money to as a group. Certainly there are very responsible individuals, but you cannot trust them as a group to care about the people that are fueling their money. You would think they would. You would think that they would care for the people who actually are fueling their income, but they don't. They lose that piece of their own humanity. Anyway, okay, so there I go again, getting all philosophical. And Jay says, some in my own family. Yep. Um, Sophia says, I have a degree in comparative lit. I encountered this attitude so much. Jay says, luckily, my mom and dad encouraged my creativity and were supportive. And you had a grandma. I also had a grandma. Yay for good grandmas. Danielle said, capitalism has done a great job of promoting itself as God given. It's sickening. Yes. All tyrannical systems eventually end up God given. Like all of them. Or as the only possible system, participatory participatory economics can also work. There are all kinds of economic systems that can work, but they all have to be regulated. All of them. They all have to be supervised, you know? Because number one, human beings can be corrupted with relative ease. And number two, power corrupts at its base. So, we are susceptible to corruption and power corrupts. So there has to be something in between those two pieces to help us keep from devolving into our worst selves. So, all right. Now I'm depressed, y'all. No, I'm not. I'm okay. So, like I said, I'm going to be working on witch marks. Hang on, my glasses are being weird. Hang on a second. So I'm going to be working on witch marks, and I feel like everybody's already checked in on what they're working on. All right, there we go. That's better. So I feel like we should get into it because I've been yammering for a real long time now. Okay, as you can see, I have us sitting at the desk writing, and check this out. Our little guy that we discovered yesterday is also writing. Look, he's got a little pen. I love this guy. Although, actually, we should probably switch and see if should we hunt another spirit? Should we do that, or should we wait till the break, or wait till after the stream and then we'll do it? Um, let's wait till after the stream, or not after the stream, after the sprint. After the sprint, remind me, and we will go looking for another little spirit. All right, y'all. I got 20 minutes on the clock. Let's get into it. Okay, y'all, that's the timer. It caught me out. I was not ready. So, what I've been doing is, I have my whole witch marks, all my stuff in plotter, right? And I was plotting what was the actual short story, right? And then I shifted over to Scrivener. Of course, as you write, you realize, okay, I need more details on this and that. So I made notes in Scrivener. But because I haven't yet exported the larger witch marks novel to Scrivener yet, I want to make sure I include stuff that was in the short story and make sure that it is in the notes, because I made a lot of decisions in that short story about, particularly about the magic world. I made a lot of decisions like about color, what the colors mean, and stuff like that. And I have it in the notes in the short story Scrivener project, but I don't yet have a project for the novel. So I'm putting all those details from the short story into Plotter so that when I then export it to Scrivener, it will all be there. So that's what I'm working on right now. And I ran into an issue with a problem with a table, and that's what I was working on fixing when the timer went off. Yeah, you didn't hear the timer because I did not have the sound on when the timer went off. So that's why you didn't hear it. Sophia says, I edited 2 scenes and talked about knitting with my sister's friend because she knits. And is the only one I have to ask. Awesome. Good, good, good. And Jay got words down, trying to bring this scene together. Awesome. Good job, friend. Good job. Yeah. Oh, sleepy, sleepy. So we were going to see if we can get a new spirit. So we need the clues. Carefully prepare your ingredients. Okay, obviously these are all going to be in the kitchen. Start early to have lunches ready on time, so it's going to be morning. A pinch of magic dust from a spirit friend can add some spice. I don't know what that means. Is there a sound? Is there a sound that is like spirit? Oh, I still have the kitchen ambience on. Okay, I'm not really sure what to do with that. What do you guys think? Oh, yeah, okay. So somebody with spice. All right, who do we have that's spicy? I'm assuming it's one of the regular ones. Mm. Oh, we may not. I don't have everybody, so we may not have the correct one to use. Oh, that's paprika. Like in the regular ones. I don't have all the regular ones yet. Or is it somebody from over here? All right, well, let's skip that one. This one's from the arachnid. Prepare ingredients in a bowl and whisk well. So we'll be whisking. Start after lunch to be ready for dinner. So afternoon. A gentle breeze can help cool things quickly. That's the sound. A creative spirit can help inspire decorations. Um, heck, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you talking about the one I had open a minute ago, Sophia? Okay. So, a creative spirit can help inspire decorations. Which of our spirits is creative? Inkster? Overcome my writer's block? Um, well, must be this one. So you've got to use, I guess, the one that it's gonna become, right? And that one is obviously from arachnid. Okay, so we need to whisk. So we need to pop over to the kitchen. Kitchen, whisking. And what did we say? Afternoon. So we're afternoon. What's the other one? A gentle breeze. Gentle soothing wind. Oh, turn off soft vinyl. Soothing wind, I'm assuming. Wow, that's very loud wind. Y'all know. That's very loud. Let me double check and see if there's not a different breeze. No. Okay, so it's definitely soothing wind. Yeah, because I see it's okay. So, and then what's the last one? Oh, we need the spirit, the correct spirit companion, which is right here. But we're gonna. Oh, we've got another colors. All right. Yes, and now we are doing the little oscillating thing on the side. So that means we are luring a spirit. Okay, there we go. How about it? Okay, and hopefully we'll have found that spirit before the end of the stream. For now, we're going to get back into the work. I'm going to go back and continue to be transferring new information over to my plotter. All right. Ready? Let's go, y'all. There we go. I got the timer. Okay. How'd you guys do? So I'm still transferring stuff into Plotter. I'm very close to being done, I think, um, with that part. So I'll probably be able to finish that up the next sprint, and then I'm going to jump back into the detailed plotting. So Sophia finished one scene and is waiting on response on the knitting issue she is having. Danielle got distracted by other grading stuffs and then back to the lovely assignment. It's like a reward for doing the other crap. Sophia says, I'm also crocheting one row between scenes. Good. You're crocheting or you're knitting? How many projects you got going on, girl? Anita finished with the art for now. Huzzah! Yay! Birthday art. So Sophia says to make sure I'm staying away from Squirtle. Jay is having trouble, but is still digging. Do not give up, friend. Do not give up. Sophia says many, many projects going on. So many. So very many. Y'all want to see how my cross stitch is coming along? Look at that. How about that? And I've still got like so much more to go. But I'm very excited to start getting color in there because I've been doing the black for so long. So yeah. So that's where I am on that. Okay. Uh all my knitting. Oh wait, hang on. Oh, happy birthdays again. Jay got distracted by sequins. I mean, it happens. Shiny, right? Sophia says all my knitting projects require concentration, so I started a dishcloth to crochet since I can do that in my sleep. See, and that's why I kind of gave up on the crochet for right now, and am working on the cross stitch. And but also because I want to have this for the charity auction for Multiverse in October, so I'm hoping to get it done by then, because it's actually one of the Multiverse logos, one of the cryptids that is part of the Multiverse logo group. Sophia just wants something simple to take with me to work. That makes sense. So what do people do with their projects after they finish? I think Sophia gives a lot of them away. Like I said, I'm doing this because I'm going to put it in the charity auction for Multiverse. We're doing Trevor's project this year. So I am creating this in order to put it in the auction. Ariel's here. Ariel, you snuck in, working on the hook for my outline. Excellent. So this is a new book? Yeah? Danielle says, I keep thinking I want to start back on the cross stitch, but don't know what to do with it after ways. Like a specific cross stitch project that you were working on? See, I still have all my old cross stitch projects that I was in the middle of and never finished. Um, and I just left those and I just picked up something new. So, what I actually started with were these little bookmarks. They're a little big to be bookmarks in my estimation. And the cool thing was they were pre-printed, so I didn't have to actually count. But also, like, I was able to finish one, maybe not this one, but one of the ones that has less stitches because this whole entire thing is stitched. So, like, this one, the entire thing isn't stitched. None of the white is stitched, right? This one, everything is stitched, even the white. So, which I think this one, oh, I always think it looks better when it's stitched. But anyway, it also allowed me that, we've talked about that, you know, little splash of dopamine you get when you finish something. It was small. It's just like short stories and writing. It was small enough that I could get that dopamine hit by because I could finish it in a decent amount of time. So all right, let me scroll back. donated to charity. Yeah, I used to do cross stitch, but either didn't finish or frame them. Yeah, I'm awful at framing. So I may or may not actually frame it for the auction. I'm awful at doing shit like that. When you want to go back to crochet, I have patterns to suggest to you that are simple to start, but will let you build up some experience without constantly looking at a pattern. Yes, and right now, like the piece that is concentration is understanding how the stitches happen. Would you shush? Shush. Oh my God, she's been making me crazy all day because I haven't given her the food that she wants. Um, I gave her other food that she likes, but she doesn't want that. And now she's just like been bitching at me. Anyway, going back. So yeah, so that's why I just don't have the like mental space to be concentrating on stuff. And part of it is like understanding how the stitches are created and also remembering what each of this, like not just what the shorthand means, but what when it says, a shorthand, what that means, but then also what that is. So making all those associations is just took up too much mental energy for me right now. So yeah. The joy is in the making the thing. Yeah. I'd like to learn to freehand embroidery at some point. That's cool. I've never had much interest in embroidery. My mom did that when I was a kid. So, Danielle finally donated all threads, materials, needles, etc. Anytime you ever need to donate craft stuff, we have a great big room at Multiverse. We are happy to take anything off your hands. Ariel said, same book. I'm making a loose outline to have a guide to follow while I edit. That's very smart. That's very smart. Let's see. How are the sides finished? Of the bookmarks, they're not. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I looked up different ways to finish them, but I'm lazy. And so I didn't do any of those things. They're not finished. They're just, yeah. So, Ariel says, I do need to make the outline for my other draft. Yes. Sophia says, bought some fabric today. My sewing machine is here. That's so exciting. But it's very simple, and I think just something nice embroidered on the top would be cool. That is cool. That is cool. Thank you. So I actually got the bookmarks on Temu, of all places. They were super cheap. They came with everything, and they were pre-printed, and also with a paper, thing. But you didn't really have to pay that much attention to the pattern because it was printed on the thing. I prefer counted cross stitch only because that's what I came up on. So, and also I don't like washing them if I can help it. So, I technically finished that Eeyore bookmark, but I still need to properly finish it. That's my issue with any craft project. It's also my issue with writing. It's just like I don't want to do revisions. I don't ever want to do the finishing pieces. It's just like I did the thing. Let's just move on. So all right, but we're gonna take a little break and then we're gonna come back. We'll have music in the next sprint, courtesy of Sophia. I need to use the restroom and I should probably top off my tea because it's getting a little low. Excuse me. So if you need something to eat, you need something to drink, you need to use the facilities, we have set this time aside to do those things, but you don't have to. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But at the very least, I do encourage you, if you've been sitting this whole time, to get up out of your chair and stretch your body a little bit. And thank you, Jay, earlier for those stretches. I did not know I needed them until I was doing them. So thank you very much for that. Also, med check. If you have not as yet taken your meds, and you should have taken your meds by now, take a moment to do that because we want you around for a while. All right, I'm going to be right back. I am actually going to queue up the station that Sophia wants for our sprints, and we'll play that during the break too. All right, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. We'll meet back here in a couple minutes. I'm here. I'm back. Sorry about that. Phew. I ended up giving her food, but I gave her basically the exact same thing that I'd given her earlier, and she is tucking in like she hasn't eaten in 2 days. She's so annoying sometimes, that fucking cat. All right. Welcome back in, Somnio. Good to see you again. Good to see you again. I just came back from a little break. We're going to get back into the sprint. We're going to music this round. We're going to be listening to melodic bass, which is what we were just listening to. I kind of like that song that was going when I came back in.
CPT underscore panda underscore bear just followed. Yay.
Captain Panda Bear, welcome in. Glad you could join us. How long have I been a streamer? I think it's been 2 years, 2.5 years, something like that. I think. I'm not a very fancy streamer. It may look like I'm fancy, but I really don't know what the hell I'm doing still. I know what I know how to do, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff that I don't know how to do. So yeah, so I've been doing this for a little while. Sophia says, I tried that with the sickest lady at my job too. Okay. How are you doing, Captain Panda Bear? I love your name, by the way. It makes my heart happy, so thank you. I'm Vanessa. I'm a writer. I write primarily urban fantasy with horrific elements and then some other stuff also. I run the Writers Troupe, which is a writerly education and support group on Facebook, Discord, and Twitch. And well, obviously Twitch. If anybody's interested in checking it out, here's the Facebook. Here's the Discord. I haven't been on Discord in a long time, y'all. It's been several many days. So it's been awful. Sometimes you have to trick them. My cat will scream at me about her bowl and it's still somewhat full. I just pretend like I give her new food and she eats it. No, mine doesn't do that. Like before the stream started, that's exactly what I did. I went down there, I even got like a container out of the fridge and I mixed it up. I added a little bit of water to give it a little bit more softness because she had licked all the liquid out of it. And you know, I stirred it up and I did all the things and I put it down and she went over and she went to eat and she just sat up and she just looked at me like, bitch, what do you think you're fooling? Like, who do you think you're trying to fool here? So then I just left it there. And then as you guys saw, she was just like meowing the whole fucking time I've been in here. So I dumped that stuff out and then I put the exact same thing in it that was in it. So she's just she likes to think she's fancy, is what it is. Captain Panda Bear is writing their first novel and super lost and get distracted easily. Yes! Welcome in! Welcome in! We're so happy you're with us. What's your first novel about? You don't have to give us like the big long spiel about it, but like, I mean, you can if you want. But like, what genre is it and stuff. So we're always happy to help. We're a bunch of helpful folks. So yeah, so you may also want to check out the Facebook group or the Discord. We have stuff like this, writing sprints, co-working, write-ins at all different times all during the week. So yeah, come check us out. Come check us out, Captain. All right, we're going to get into it, y'all. So we do 20-minute sprints. We do a couple sprints and then take a little break, and a couple sprints and take a little break, and then I lose track. And then, whatever happens, happens. All right. So, as you guys can see on Spirit City, we are still looking for our spirits. So we're going to just keep on keeping on. Look at I didn't even notice. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I didn't even notice they were also stirring their own little bowl. Y'all, this is so cute. Yes, Sophia Music. I have it queued up and ready. Captain says, I would say it's a dark epic fantasy. Oh, I like it. We have people here who write those sorts of things, both dark fantasy, epic fantasy. So yeah. So so let's get into it. So you're working on words, I'm assuming, for that story. So we're gonna take 20 minutes and we're gonna see what we can get. I am working on plotting. I've got I'm putting I'm consolidating all my information in one place basically for now, like all the support information, because I've got a pretty extensive magic system and stuff like that. So I'm working on consolidating it all in one place. Hopefully this sprint I'll be able to finish that up. And then get back into the actual planning of the book. All right. Y'all ready? I got 20 minutes on the clock. We're going to have music this round. Thank you, Sophia. Here we go. All right, y'all. That was the end of that sprint. How did you do? How did you do? Thank you, Sophia, for the music that round. Um, I finished transferring the notes into Plotter, so that was done. So now I am I'm not revising. I'm rereading. I had already done 7 of the scene synopses, but so now I'm going back and rereading. But I did a lot of work in the short story to set a number of things, I guess, as canon, you could say. Um, so now I recognize that some of the things that I've already written are no longer fit exactly. So I need to make sure I make some of those changes. Danielle is thanking Sophia for the music. It's keeping me alive in some of the other grading. Sophia got 3 short scenes done. And my sister's friend got back to me on the knitting issue. So now I'm knitting a round of this baby sweater. Yes. Jay is like, meh. It's okay. You've got this. You're just gonna keep on pushing through. You're gonna keep on pushing through, Jay. Um, yes, the music was nice. Although I was getting frustrated at the sheer number of songs that had words in it. And that's because when people upload them, they just mark everything so it'll come up in every search, which is super annoying. Anita got some of her flash fiction written. Birthday flash fiction. Yes. Yay. I hope you had more cake. So, um, mom's dentist appointment yesterday went well. So that's awesome. Um, yeah. So that's awesome. But then I had to go to Walmart with her. I hate going to Walmart. Anyway, all right, but we're going to get back into this because, like I said, I am going through and rereading, refamiliarizing myself with this outline, and then also fixing things that have changed in the world that the outline no longer works with. So, all right, shall we get back into it? We've got another 20 minutes on the clock. Let's go, y'all. Okay, y'all. That's it. That's it. Oh, I missed Danielle leaving. All right. Oh, 2 episodes of Schitt's Creek. I do love Schitt's Creek. Thank you, Danielle, for hanging out. I hope I didn't quite miss you, but bye. All right. How did everybody do? So I read through the stuff I had already done, and I realized I don't like one of the scenes um that I had developed. I don't like it. So I need to do some brainstorming around it. So yeah, so that's where I am. How are you guys? How'd you do? Yeah, Schitt's Creek is amazing. I wish I could get my husband to watch it. He doesn't like the kind of humor that is especially at the beginning of the season or beginning of the series. So like he's watched a few episodes and he's just like it's just not funny. So let's see, Sophia did a scene or two. And Anita finished the flash fiction. Yes. Birthday completion. I like it. I'm just going to make everything about birthday for you today. That's just how it's going to work. You're just going to have to deal with it. Sorry. Not sorry. So, I feel like we get a break. It's a 2:15 already. I've spent an awful lot of time talking this stream. And so if you haven't checked in yet, please continue to check in. Jay's having a similar, I don't like this whole scene I typed out. See, that's why I do this pre-writing where I write little synopsis of the scenes that I'm going to write. And that way I can catch it if I don't like it before I actually write it. So, all right. I'm going to go refill my tea. Maybe I'll grab a couple little pieces of mango while I'm down there. I grabbed string cheese last time I was down there. Clearly today is just going to be a grazing day. So, all right, let me put 5 minutes on the red clock and we're going to be right back. We're going to switch music, I think, though, because I just get very annoyed at the words on that in that station. I really like the music, but like the fact that they can't filter out stuff with lyrics is annoying. So, I think we're going to put pop on. All right, I'm going to be right back, y'all. Okay, I am back. I have some mango slices for my snacks. I can literally eat these all day long, except I can't because if you eat too many of them, they fuck with your gastrointestinal system. Ask me how I know. Spirit deck! We have a new spirit, y'all! Okay, thank you for pointing that out. Huzzah! All right, are we ready? Let's check out let's meet our new spirits. Oh, timer's up. Okay, here we go. It's like a cinnamon roll. Spinner! Oh my god, I love it. Only time I'll ever like a spiderly thing. Spinners weave delicate, sugary webs of icing. I love this thing already. Adding a sweet cinnamon flourish to any treat they touch. These hardworking spirits are often found making homes in cozy bakeries, lending a helping hand to a baker, decorating cakes, pastries, and cupcakes with intricate designs. How they branched off from their yarn like cousins, arachnid, is a mystery. But they do share a common trait. They love helping passionate folks hone their craft. Despite their affinity for decorating sweets, these spirits prefer to munch on veggies and fruits. A spinner eating a healthy, balanced diet will produce the tastiest icing. Oh my god, it's so cute! All right, well, we definitely need to switch over to that little guy. All right, let me. Oops, come here, you. Hey. Hey. Ha ha! I have new options. Okay, hang on. One option at a time. Let's scroll down. There they are. Let's check out the colors. Chocolate, strawberry. We'll go with the traditional cinnamon. I'm a traditionalist when it comes to cinnamon rolls. Now, this is something I never saw before. So look, I can change the color of my computer. Oh my god, I never knew I could do that. That little guy, that little guy. I definitely want a heart. I definitely want a rainbow heart. I don't care about these very much. Oh, that one's kind of cute. And this. That one's cool too. All right. So I think we're going to go with a heart, but with more like red. We're going to go dark. Oops, that's wrong. Dark red. Sorry, y'all. I'm being a complete and total nerd. All right, there we go. And then we're going to do the inside heart purple. How about that? Cute. And the books, oh yeah, we're going to get the fancy book. Fancy book. But it's going to be red because, of course it is. How about that? Yes. And then the other color, I'm guessing is, yeah. We'll do that purple too. What do you think? I like it. And the gaming console, this guy, or this guy. Oh, that one's cute. All right, we're just going to leave with that one. Okay, cool. That one's new. That's new. All right. Okay, now I'm going to go back. Sorry, y'all. I just got all caught up in that. So we're going to actually, look at him stirring the little thing. But we're actually going to go back to where we were earlier, which was, where was it? Was it the desk? I think it was the desk. And we were doing some writing. But I wonder if, oh, look. Look at him with this little gaming. He's got like 4 different games. That's so cute. Drawing? Nope. Gaming. Let's see. Relaxing. Reading. Okay, we'll be hanging out with the computer here. All right. Okay, sorry. I got all caught up in that, y'all. Okay, let's get back into it though. Oh, speaking of which, I gotta pull it back over to my other screen. position it properly so I can see the time. Okay, y'all. Thank you for indulging me in my silliness. Um, yeah, okay. It looks like the storm has finally passed. It wasn't storming hard, it was just like overcast and windy. And it didn't even rain, I don't think, but it looks like it's going. I mean, it's been so overcast that my office is only 73 degrees, and y'all know by now it is pushing 80 in here usually. So, all right, let's get into it. Got another 20 minutes on the clock. Let's go, y'all. Okay, y'all, that sprint is done. How did you do? I got sidetracked looking at plugins for my Stream Deck, but then I put it away and I got back into my stuff. I deleted the scene that I didn't like. I just deleted it altogether because there's not very much in it that's strictly necessary, and I think it muddies the actual plot. So, so yeah, so I just deleted it, and that the one piece that was somewhat important, I I'm adding. I was in the process of adding to the end of the scene before it. So, Sophia, I'm sorry you need to restart again. Also, I understand that as well. I'm sorry. But Sophia finished the chapter. You weren't even sure you were going to get done because it was so long. Yay! Huzzah! Good job. Good job, Sophia. Excellent work. Excellent work. How did everybody else do? Who's still out there? Anita watched a booktube video and worked on the Air Pirates outline. Birthday Air Pirates. I'm just being silly at this point. All right. Jay, how did you do? Anybody else out there want to check in? So we have one more sprint, another 20-minute sprint. I think we are going to be rating Starborn Striker. There are a couple other people, like Nyx Flares is streaming, but they've been streaming for more than 5 hours, so I'm guessing they're probably almost done. So yeah. Someone else in the troop wrote about air pirates. I beta read it. That's awesome. I love it. Makes me happy. Yeah, I think Nyx is going to be done soon. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. So, Jay says, meh, I need a longer run. What do you mean a longer run? What do you mean by run? You need a longer sprint? You need a longer. I mean, surely you don't mean actual run. You know, that's completely foreign to me. So, all right. So this will be the last sprint of the stream. I'm going to set it up to go raid Starboard with our little band of merry writers. Yeah, and then we'll do a little raid, do a little dance. All right. I'm tired, y'all. I don't know why I'm so tired today. Yes, I do. I haven't been getting enough sleep. That's exactly why I'm tired. I've been staying up too late and then waking up early. That's exactly why I'm tired. So, but I am taking my elderberry gummies, so hopefully that will help with my immune system. All right. At this point, I'm just like word vomiting. I'm just like stupid shit's coming out of my mouth. Sophia says, I will be going to bed, angry about this sweater. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Try not to be angry. I mean, you can be angry if you want, but you probably won't fall asleep if you're angry. I'm sorry. Oh, Jay is sleepy. Yes, I am also sleepy. I am also sleepy. But we'll make it through. We'll make it through. Okay, I've got 20 more minutes on the clock. Let's do it. We're gonna keep on plowing through, y'all. 20 minutes. Here we go. Okay, y'all, that's it. The end of the stream. So, like I said, deleted that scene, and I'm working on one of the things the two characters have to do is go to someone else to find out some things about this book that's come into their possession. And so I am working on, I know I have an idea of who it is, but I don't have any of her concrete details yet. And so I'm working on brainstorming that right now. I have like this nebulous vision of her, but I need to nail down like what her magic is like and what her personality is like. Like I'm kind of envisioning her, like if any of y'all have watched Grace and Frankie, I'm envisioning her as a young Frankie, like Lily Tomlin, but not as dingbatty as Frankie is. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of how I'm envisioning her. Um, so anyway, uh, yeah, so that's where I am. Um, and I went and checked out Starborn Striker. She seems to be having some technical difficulties here and there, not with anything specifically for the stream, but things around the stream. So I think she's struggling with the timer on Spirit City because she doesn't use the timer we use. She uses this timer, which is like the Pomodoro thing. But the problem is that's not how we do it. We don't do like a session and then a short break and a session and then a short break and then a session and then a long break or however they do it. And there's no way to like change. Like this is the order of the things, but there's no way to like change anything about the order of the sessions. So it's not useful for us. Let's see. Anita finished an initial outline, managed to work in a reference to the dead brother, included the ex-lover, 2 snags to the plan, a rebellious royal, a successful heist, and a big birthday chase scene. Yes, I love this. I love this. Jay switched to another story. You didn't go to book 1, did you? So, did you switch to one of the short stories that you're going to be trying to market out there? That would be awesome. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with what I've gotten done today. Even though it doesn't feel like it's been a lot, like I know I'm at that point where I'm sort of poised to really start pushing forward a little more quickly. So I'm feeling good about it. Just got a weird email. What is that? Oh, it's a spammy email. It's a scam email. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, it was very spammy. Um, it was one of those, hey, student loan forgiveness. You have an option, but we've been trying to get a hold of you, but you've never called us back, so call us at this number. It's like, dude, Donald Trump is in the White House. He ain't forgiving no fucking student loans. Shut the fuck up. So, all right, sorry. Okay, y'all. Let me go over the events of the coming week. There's so many events. This takes so long now. I'm just like, oh, this is so tiring. All right. Tonight at 7 o'clock. These are all Eastern time, by the way. Tonight at 7 o'clock. Amelia has her writing sprint. She does 30-minute writing sprints from 7 to 9. Y'all. Then tomorrow night, oh, I have to order, or tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm taking my husband out for birthday dinner. So let's see. So tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., our early risers have a summer morning writing group with Sarah from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Then at 1 o'clock, I host our OG TWT co-working Zoom from 1 p.m. until about 2:30. Then at 7 o'clock, Amelia is doing her writing sprints again from 7 till 9. Then on Saturday, I was supposed to meet Rose for lunch, but we ended up not being able to do that. So sadly, But at 11 a.m., our friend James will be in the Discord for his Saturday Discord sprints at 11 a.m., and he goes till 1 p.m. On Sunday morning at 10 a.m., we have the Sunday morning write-in with Lisa Raby. She goes from 10 until 12. Then at 7 p.m. Sunday evening, we have our usual Zoom chat where we discuss a topic or topics. No, it's only one topic. We discuss a topic that has been chosen by everybody who voted. So if you haven't voted, go vote now. It's in the Facebook group in the event section. Just find Sunday and you'll find the event. And in there is a post where you can vote. It's very straightforward. Read the directions. Okay. All right. Then on Monday, we have Sarah has the summer morning writing group again at 7 a.m. from 7 till 8. Then we have kick off the week co-working with Tiffany Vega from 12 to 2. Then at 2 o'clock, you guys might have noticed that last Monday, Joe did his sprints and meditation. So he will be doing that again on Monday afternoon. Then Monday night on the Go Indie Now network, I will be having my conversation in a cocktail. So I will be sitting down with Neva Ann. I think it might just be Neva Ann. I don't remember. I have to look her up again. At any rate, that's at 9 o'clock. We go from 9 till about 10. So check out the Go Indie Now network on YouTube. All right, Tuesday, which is my husband's actual birthday, we have writing sprints with Amelia at 7 p.m. from 7 till 9. Then next Wednesday, we'll be back to regular Twitch sprints at noon. Oh, wait, we have the early morning writing group with Sarah at 7 a.m. on Wednesday before. Then we will do Twitch sprints at noon from noon till 3. Thursday, I will probably be doing Twitch sprints on Thursday. I have a convention next week. But I will probably be doing the Twitch sprints on Thursday. I will also say, oh, my husband put that in the wrong place. Okay. Sorry. All right. So, that's the week. But next, I do want to let people know next Friday, I am not going to be, doing co-working because I have Atlanta Comic Con. So just as a heads up, next Friday we won't be doing regular co-working. Tomorrow we will. Okay. Anybody out there still? Because nobody said anything in the chat in quite a while during that whole time. All right. So we are going to go raid Starborn Striker because she's doing her thing. She's in the middle. She got about 5 minutes left on a sprint. So we are going to go ahead and go raid. I don't know if she hasn't done audio since I've been in there, so I'm not sure. Jay is out there. Phew. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on, if she's even doing chatting. I'm not really sure. Oh, she has no cam and no mic. But she is in the chat. So we'll go ahead and raid her. Let me set this up. All right. So yeah, she has no camera and no voice, but she is in the text chat. So, all right. You guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you for being here and for being productive with me. We will see you next time.